Welcome to Walworth County for the 73rd Alice in Dairyland finale program. Let us honor our veterans and current active duty personnel by standing to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to introduce our MC for tonight. Bill Thompson grew up on a dairy farm in Rock County and was a member of the Bradford 4-H Club. He became an active member of Darien Delavan FFA and then received his degree in agricultural education at UW-Madison. He taught agricultural science at Badger High School in Lake Geneva for 19 years. After teaching, he spent 10 years in sales, sales management, and marketing for Rural Mutual Insurance in Madison. Following that, he spent 13 years with Catholic Financial Life in Milwaukee, working in training and serving as the vice president in sales. Bill served as the past president of the Geneva Area Foundation, also known as Horticultural Hall, Walworth County Fairest to the Fair Committee, Barnyard Adventure Committee, and has served as chair of the annual Pork Chop Cookout. Bill currently serves as president of the Walworth County Agricultural Society, also known as the Walworth County Fair, and he is also the president of the Walworth County Economic Development Authority, secretary of the Walworth County Fair Foundation. He is a board member of the Lake Geneva Association Environmental Education Foundation and is on the advisory board for the town bank. He attends and actively participates in IAFE and Wisconsin Association of Fairs Convention. He is an avid gardener, enjoys serving as an auction ring man and high school sports announcer. Bill and his wife Diane have been married over 50 years as of tomorrow and have 3 daughters and 8 brilliant and adorable grandchildren. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Susan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to serve as your MC this evening. Welcome to the main event, an event that recognizes Wisconsin's agricultural ambassador, Alice in Dairyland. Tonight, we'll reminisce on the history of Alice in Dairyland. We'll hear from the 6 young women who would like to be our next agricultural ambassador. And we will honor Abigail Martin for her commitment to Wisconsin agriculture over the past year. Let's meet our 72nd Alice in Dairyland, Abigail Martin. Abigail Martin of Milton has a passion for all things Wisconsin, good cheese, the Wisconsin Badgers, and her Wisconsin farm family. She is the 4th generation on her family's registered Holstein farm. It was there that she found a love for dairy cattle and long summer days at county and state fairs. Her interest in agriculture led her to pursue a degree in dairy science at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. On campus, she was involved in the Association of Women in Agriculture, the Badger Dairy Club, Collegiate Farm Bureau, and was on the Intercollegiate Dairy Judging Team. She has held previous roles in marketing at the Rock County 4-H Fair, East Central Select Sires, and the Babcock Hall Dairy Store. Upon graduation in May of 2018, she accepted a role with De La Valle Incorporated in their North American Marketing and Communications Department. Please give a warm welcome to Abigail Martin, our 72nd Alice in Dairyland.
Thank you, Bill, and hello, Facebook friends. We are so thankful that you are spending your Saturday night with us tonight. We have a very full program, and we are excited to be kicking off here in Walworth County. We want to welcome you virtually to Walworth County and hope that when the time is right, you have the opportunity to come visit one of the most beautiful counties in the state here down in the southern region of Wisconsin. That's where we're at tonight. We're hoping that you will let us know, where are you watching from? Last night it was fun to see people from Ontario and Tennessee and New York tune in. So let us know where you are watching from. We want to feel like we're all connected virtually tonight. So go ahead, let us know if you're cheering someone on or just excited to learn more about Wisconsin agriculture. We're really glad that you could join us, and we want you to stay tuned all night because we have some pretty great presentations coming up where you can probably even learn something about Wisconsin's agriculture, the diverse commodities that are here in our state. We're also going to be giving out the Friend of Alice Award. We'll hear my retiring address, and we'll see who is selected as Wisconsin's 73rd Alice in Dairyland. So stay tuned all night. We're so thankful you're joining us, and we'll get this show on the road.
Thank you, Abigail. Each year, the selection panel has the daunting task of selecting the next person to represent Wisconsin agriculture for the coming year. These top candidates have been evaluated by a panel of industry experts. This year's selection panel includes Beth Schaefer from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. She's a regional manager for the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, the State Dairy Checkoff Association. Beth joined the DFW in 2011 as the regional manager for the Dairy Nutrition and Education team with a focus on school dairy nutrition programming and outreach. In 2018, she transitioned to manage the statewide grassroots education and promotion efforts, including county dairy promotion groups, 4-H, FFA, and Ag in the Classroom. She manages school dairy farm tour programming and presents monthly dairy promotion messaging in local television media markets. In addition, she oversees the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin sponsorship of Alice in Dairyland and works closely with the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection to provide dairy messaging, resources, and marketing opportunities. Thank you, Beth. Jackie Fett from the Ginseng Board of Wisconsin. With more than 16 years of experience in the natural products industry, Jackie is passionate about educating people on the value of whole foods. She has a contagious enthusiasm for bringing people together to achieve success. Jackie is the Executive Marketing Director for the Ginseng Board of Wisconsin. The Ginseng Board of Wisconsin, the GBW, is dedicated to research, education, and promotion of Wisconsin ginseng. Jackie is responsible for the implementation, coordination, and management of all the GBW activities. Thank you, Jackie. Mark Rodahesh, Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. Mark leads the Export and Business Development Bureau at the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. He brings to that role more than 30 years of private sector, international, and U.S. domestic experience in sales, marketing, and business development, along with public sector experience in economic development and foreign direct investment. For the last several years in state government, he's been helping Wisconsin companies grow their businesses around the world, selling to large retailers, Tier 1 manufacturers, small businesses, and developing distributors and dealers. Thank you, Mark. The judges definitely have a difficult task ahead of them. Thank you again. Tonight marks the final step in the selection process for the top candidates, who over the course of the selection process are evaluated on 8 different interview criteria. These include individual interviews, multiple writing samples, prepared television and radio interviews, last night's question and answer session, general professionalism, and tonight's agribusiness vlogs and prepared public speaking. This Alice Finals was a very difficult year. There were no tours of Walworth County agribusinesses. There's no audience in the house tonight as we're coming to you virtually. So tonight's program may look a little different, and since our guests and some of our program partners could not be with us tonight, they're going to come to you virtually as well. So first, let's have a welcome for the Wisconsin Fairest of the Fair, Kaylee Vandenberg.
Good evening. I am Kaylee Vandenberg, the 2020 Wisconsin Fairest of the Fairs from Rosendale. Within my role, I represent our 75 county, district, and state fairs while traveling the state promoting Wisconsin agriculture in the fair industry. I would like to extend a congratulations to all of you for becoming top candidates for the 73rd Alice in Dairyland. I know that it took a lot of determination, motivation, and your passion for all things Wisconsin to get you to this point. However, it does not stop here. Continue sharing the story of Wisconsin agriculture and the farmers that work 365 days a year to provide us with food, fuel, and fiber. Since you have become a top candidate for the Alice in Dairyland, I know that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to throughout your life and that you will continue to advocate for all things Wisconsin. The fair industry has been greatly impacted by the coronavirus global pandemic, making fair season look drastically different this summer. Because of the pandemic, my role has pivoted just as the Alice in Dairyland position has. We continue to support our 75 county, district, and state fairs in any way that we can, and together we are Fair Strong. The challenges and new opportunities presented by COVID-19 has opened new lines of communication, education, and promotion for our state's diverse agriculture industry. To the 73rd Alice in Dairyland, congratulations. This next year will be a time of exploring innovative ideas and reaching consumers and educating the public about Wisconsin agriculture. I know that you will continue to adapt and evolve just as our nation's farmers have. I am certain that you will succeed within your new position as you advocate for our state's diverse $104.3 billion agriculture industry. Continue to share your love for all things Wisconsin, and best of luck in your new role as the 73rd Alice in Dairyland.
Thank you, Kaylee. Now we'll hear from our next Alice in Dairyland. Unfortunately, you won't know who it is until later in the program. But first, we'll have the opportunity to meet each of the candidates and see their agribusiness videos. Since we couldn't have an agricultural tour in Walworth County, the candidates were asked to choose 2 businesses, tour them on their own, and create a video like Alice would to share on social media. So we'll get started tonight with Stephanie Hoff.
Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Stephanie Hoff, and my passion for agriculture started in small towns around Thorpe, Wisconsin, up in Clark County. It was there that my family and I started a hobby farm where, after digging a lot of post holes, we raised beef cattle, pigs, and fainting goats. And yes, fainting goats really do faint. In high school, I was heavily involved in my FFA chapter, and I showed pigs at the Clark County Fair. I took those early farm experiences with me to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where I was also involved in a number of agriculture-related organizations, such as the Association of Women in Agriculture and WSUM 91.7 FM. And that's where I hosted a radio show called Women in STEM, where I also featured women in agriculture. I also had a lot of internships surrounding agriculture, so bottling milk at the Babcock Hall Dairy Plant, writing for Grow magazine, the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences publication, and I interviewed farmers around the state and served as the social media coordinator for a statewide farms project. I graduated from UW-Madison in December of 2019 with a degree in Life Sciences Communication, and since then I've been a reporter for WisBusiness and WisPolitics.com. Not only am I writing stories, but I'm also doing daily and weekly podcasts. And I'm really excited to feature some of the high-quality, diverse products that Wisconsin farmers produce for consumers around the world, including the two that you're going to see right now, dairy goats and bourbon. Thank you. Welcome to the Alice in Dairyland vlog, where I'm visiting Seth Loudenbeck at his family's dairy goat farm. Right now, he's holding one of his many kids, the term for a baby goat. Seth, tell us more.
We're here at my family's farm, Loudenbeck Farms Dairy Goats in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, where we currently milk 350 milking goats and have about 600 total. All of our milk is sent to Montchevre, where it is made into goat cheese.
And here are the milk makers themselves. Hi, ladies.
They come in here every morning, drop down, fill up the parlor. We double 14, so 28 at a time. And just like cows, they have a unit, a claw, with only 2 teacups, and hooks up just like cows. And our goats average about a gallon a day.
Welcome to the Alice in Dairyland vlog, where today we're visiting J. Henry & Sons in Dane, Wisconsin.
J. Henry & Sons was founded off of the idea of growing things hearty with wholesome ingredients. From seed farmer to bourbon farmer. Literally growing grains right on the farm and distilling them here in Wisconsin with all Wisconsin products and grains. Henry Farms now produces J. Henry & Sons Wisconsin Straight Bourbon.
Making bourbon requires a lot of outbuildings, from propane storage to grain storage to equipment storage. But the rick houses here are my favorite, and these are where the bourbon barrels are kept. J. Henry & Sons uses uniquely Wisconsin ingredients for their bourbon, from their own corn to their wheat and rye, and even the water, which is filtered by a double layer of limestone from the Niagara watershed where their farm sits. So come on out to J. Henry & Sons this summer and get your seed to spirit experience. Cheers.
Thank you, Stephanie. Our next top candidate is Erica Helmer.
Hello everyone, my name is Erica Helmer. I hail from Plymouth, Wisconsin, where my family's rich agriculture heritage began and still remains. As the 7th generation to work and live on my family's registered Holstein farm, my roots run deep in agriculture. I spent my youth fueling my passion by being involved in organizations such as 4-H, FFA, and Junior Holstein Association, which eventually led me to pursue a degree in agriculture. I attended the University of Wisconsin-River Falls, where I earned a degree in dairy science with a science option. On campus, I was involved in Dairy Club, Collegiate Farm Bureau, Alpha Zeta, and also a member of the Intercollegiate Dairy Judging Team. After graduation, I accepted a position with a genetic services company where I work in customer care. I currently reside in Waunakee, Wisconsin, and enjoy returning home to help out on my family's dairy farm and coach the Sheboygan County 4-H Dairy Judging Team. Throughout my journey as being a top candidate for the 73rd Alice in Dairyland, I have continued to promote and advocate for Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry. I am excited to have the opportunity to promote all things Wisconsin food, fuel, and fiber.
Welcome to Jelly's Market.
Jelly's Market, owned and operated by the Knable family, is located in Hellenville, Wisconsin. Since their establishment in 2001, Jelly's Market has diversified to provide an array of agriculture products to their surrounding community.
We offer lots of different fruits and vegetables, ranging from asparagus in the spring, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. We also have an orchard in the fall that we started about 10 years ago with a neighbor of ours. In our farm store here, we also sell our own Angus beef, pork, chicken, and lamb, and we are able to sell it directly from our farm to the customers.
Discover for yourself all that Jelly's Market has to offer. Beowulf Farms is home to the ladies that put the sass in Sassy Cow Creamery. Located in Columbus, Wisconsin, the Beowulf family takes pride in caring for their cows, rain or shine, to ensure a safe and wholesome supply of products. The Farmstead Milk Bottling Facility opened its doors to the community in 2008. Today, Sassy Cow Creamery offers a variety of products, including milk, ice cream, cheese, and more. From the cow to the creamery, milk is handled with care to reach the hands of the consumer. Witness firsthand where Sassy Cow products are made and taste for yourself the delicious, distinct flavor that keeps your taste buds wanting more.
Thank you, Erica. Now let's please welcome our next candidate, Grace Schroeder.
Hello to everyone watching. My name is Grace Schroeder, and I am from Cashton, Wisconsin. I grew up fourth generation on my family's farm in a scenic valley, and I have so many great memories of agriculture in Wisconsin. When I was younger, I was able to represent the Warren's Cranberry Festival for a year, and I won't ever forget being able to promote such a great part of Wisconsin agriculture. When I was older and I was able to get a job, I worked at Pasture Pride Cheese, which is a cheese store in my hometown of Cashton, Wisconsin. And I learned if you buy Wisconsin products, you truly do help your farmers out and support your local economies. More recently, I have completed internships related to my career field, and I just graduated with a bachelor's degree in public relations and a minor in marketing. I'm so excited to be here in Walworth County and finally be able to combine my two passions of agriculture and public relations into one perfect position that is Alice in Dairyland. Hello everyone, my name is Grace Schroeder and I am a top candidate for the 73rd Alice in Dairyland. Today I'm here at Pasture Pride Cheese located in my hometown of Cashton, Wisconsin, and they are a business that takes local milk from Amish dairies and processes it into a variety of cheeses that is then cut and packaged in store. I'm here today to stock up on some great Wisconsin cheese for my next summer plans, and I know by shopping local, I'm keeping my dollars in the community, supporting my local economy, and of course supporting our farmers. Let's see what I can find. Alright, I am back and I was able to find all of my favorite cheeses, including Usto, which is a flat buttery cheese you can actually heat up on the grill. Make sure you're set for all your summer plans and stock up on some great Wisconsin cheese. Feel free to stop in store or online at pasturepridecheese.com. What pairs best with award-winning Wisconsin cheese? Award-winning Wisconsin wine, of course. Grace here, and I'm popping up on your feed to show you Branch's Winery in Westby, Wisconsin. Branch's is a great example of the diverse businesses we have in Wisconsin's agriculture industry. Because of businesses like this, our agriculture industry is able to contribute $104.8 billion and over 435,000 jobs to our state each year. Since 2013, Branch's Winery has been the place for fine wine and agritourism. They have 15 acres of grapevines on site and offer a variety of wines from different fruits, including our state fruit, the cranberry. Whether you're looking to relax, enjoy a unique side of Wisconsin agriculture, or simply connect with friends, this is a place for you. I had the pleasure of meeting the owners, Jean and Therese, and they truly have a passion that shines through in all aspects of their business. So I encourage you to stop down, treat yourself, and find your new favorite wine.
Thank you, Grace. Next, please welcome Rachel Gerbitz.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Gerbitz. I am from Milton, Wisconsin in the Great Rock County. I am a farm kid that was raised off of the farm. My earliest memories stem from my family's small dairy farm near Juneau, Wisconsin. But after we transitioned from the farm when I was young, I pushed myself to find new ways to stay involved in agriculture. I found my home and my niche showing dairy cattle at the county and state fair. My passion for Wisconsin agriculture led me to pursue a degree at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in dairy science and life sciences communications. On campus, I was involved in several internships and agriculture-related organizations and even had the honor of scooping ice cream at the famous Babcock Hall Dairy Store. Upon graduation in 2019, I began my career with Pioneer as a dairy promoter in Northeast Wisconsin. In my free time, I enjoy spending time with my nieces and nephews and raising my registered Jersey heifers. As your 73rd Alice in Dairyland, I would use my background as the farm kid raised off the farm to connect with consumers who might be just like me from the outside looking in at agriculture and help them find their home and appreciation for our great Wisconsin agriculture. Welcome to Vanda Wettering Farms, a fifth-generation family farm in Hollandtown, Wisconsin. This 400-cow dairy has a unique approach to sustainability, utilizing cover crops and rotational grazing to preserve the soil and lessen their inputs.
We've seen great improvements in cattle health with the rotational grazing, with their feet, muscle tone, and just their overall demeanor. They seem to be a lot calmer. So we get a benefit off of the cover crops besides just the soil health benefit. The sustainability part of it is not having to harvest all the crops, not have to run the big machinery over the land. It also makes it more enjoyable coming out here, seeing the cows outside, seeing the soil health and the better environment of the cattle.
The legacy of Vanda Wettering Farms is 170 years in the making. And with their efforts to improve sustainability on their farm, that legacy will continue for generations to come. Welcome to Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to take you on a walkthrough of the 10,000 square feet of interactive exhibits highlighting the diversity of Wisconsin agriculture.
Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center is intended to educate the consumers about where their food comes from. Of course, we have a dairy feature, but we also have A to Z, from alfalfa to zucchini, to talk about the many other products that are grown right here in Wisconsin. We make sure we feature much of what is modern about agriculture here too, so that people have a better appreciation for the technology, engineering, science, math involved in agriculture. The must-see here at Farm Wisconsin, if we have to pick one, is probably the Land O'Lakes birthing barn, because who can top the miracle of birth?
The Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center gives consumers a chance to immerse themselves in all that Wisconsin agriculture has to offer, connecting the curiosity of consumers to the wonders of farming.
Thank you, Rachel. Next up, let's welcome Kaitlin Konder.
Hello everyone, my name is Kaitlin Konder and I'm from Glenwood City, Wisconsin. I fell in love with agriculture at a very young age, being the fifth generation to be raised on my family's dairy farm just outside of Glenwood City. In my youth, I was heavily involved in 4-H and FFA, where I showed dairy at both the county and state fair and took advantage of some unique leadership opportunities through FFA at the state level. After high school graduation, I was elected to serve as a Wisconsin State FFA Vice President, where I traveled the state promoting agriculture and FFA to thousands of students across Wisconsin. 2 years later, I was selected as the 2017 St. Croix County Fairest of the Fair, where I served as a public relations professional for both the fair and agriculture industry within St. Croix County. In December, I graduated with honors from the University of Wisconsin-River Falls, where I earned a bachelor's degree in agricultural business with a finance emphasis. I recently accepted a position as an associate insurance officer with Compeer Financial out of their Mondovi, Wisconsin location. Through this position, I get to help farmers meet all of their crop insurance needs and minimize risk on the farm. It would be my honor to represent Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry as its 73rd Alice in Dairyland.
Roaming horses and beautiful scenery are some things to see at Topline Equine Veterinary Care of Glenwood City, Wisconsin. Topline Equine was established in 2010 by Dr. Jenny Teigen. The business has 9 employees and provides services to hundreds of clients. These services consist of breeding, foaling, embryo transplants, minor surgeries, wellness exams, and 24-hour equine emergency care. The business utilizes modern technology, including calcium testing and foal alert systems, to give an accurate time frame at which foaling will occur. Mares and their foals are kept on site for an average of 10 days to ensure overall health. Topline Equine provides semen collection from stallions that can either be used on client mares or purchased by clients. Topline Equine is dedicated to providing veterinary care to support farmers and the economic strength of our local communities. We are here at Loggy Trucking Incorporated of Glenwood City, Wisconsin. Loggy Trucking was created in 1989 by brothers Dave and John Loggy. The business is currently owned and operated by John's son Jordan. They have 30 employees and provide 100 dairy, horse, and poultry farms with animal bedding across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Iowa. Keeping it local, Loggy Trucking purchases all of its timber within a 60-mile radius of Glenwood City. They use 20,000 cords of wood per year and sell 70 loads of animal bedding per week. In 2014, Loggy Trucking added Clean Sweep to their product line. Clean Sweep is an absorbent created from sawdust and is sold to large distributors including Uline, Fastenal, and Menards. Loggy Trucking continues to contribute to Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry.
Thank you, Kaitlin. Our final top candidate is Julia Nunes.
Good evening. My name is Julia Nunes, and I'm from Chippewa Falls, which is in Chippewa County. I am eager to use my big, cheesy personality to explore Wisconsin agriculture. My adventure started on my family's registered Holstein dairy farm, where I was able to work alongside my parents and 3 sisters to help take great care of our herd. Growing up, I was involved in my local 4-H club and the Wisconsin Junior Holstein Association. I also had the privilege of serving my county as the Northern Wisconsin State Fair's Fairest of the Fair. Last year, I graduated from the University of Minnesota with degrees in animal science and agricultural communication and marketing, alongside a horticulture minor. While on campus, I was involved in the Gopher Dairy Club and participated in Dairy Challenge. I knew that I wanted to grow even deeper roots in agriculture, so I ventured out and worked for a local farm market where I spent hours in the field picking vegetables and chatting with people about flowers in the greenhouse. Additionally, I had an incredible internship with Red Head Creamery, where I helped make many varieties of cheese, and I ate a lot of it too. While dairy will always have my heart, I decided to branch out. My most recent adventure in Wisconsin agriculture has been with Kinney Hemp Company in River Falls, Wisconsin, as their operations manager. Here, we grew hemp with local farmers and processed it into full extract hemp CBD products. With all of my unique experiences, one thing is certain. I am ready to cultivate conversations about the importance of Wisconsin agriculture with everyone I meet. Hello, my name is Julia Nunes, and I am a top candidate for Alice in Dairyland, and today we are going to take a tour of Amanda's Eggs. Amanda's Eggs began in 2009, starting with just 36 hens. On the farm today, she has over 2,000 laying hens, broiler chickens, and more. Amanda sells eggs and meat right on her farm. She also wholesales to markets and restaurants in the area. Amanda's Eggs is a part of Wisconsin's diverse and modern agricultural industry that has an annual economic impact of $104.8 billion and more than 435,000 jobs. Amanda values being able to raise her children on the farm.
It's the pricelessness of being able to teach them by example what being an entrepreneur is and what work ethic is, what good work ethic looks like, and hard work.
To learn more, visit amandaseggs.com. Hello, I am Julia Nunes, one of your top candidates for the 73rd Alice in Dairyland, and today we will be visiting Klinger Farm Market in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Klinger's Farm Market is a fifth-generation family farm that's been serving the local community for over 100 years. The nurseries and greenhouses are stocked with flowers, hanging baskets, starter vegetables, house plants, and more.
So I think technically there's 21 different greenhouses. It's over 2 acres under plastic. I believe we're the largest retail greenhouse in Wisconsin.
Klingers has a wide variety of indoor and outdoor plants and also specialize in vegetables, which they sell on their on-site store.
We have about 60 acres of vegetables and corn maze.
Summer is a busy time as their fresh produce and sweet corn become available. Buying Wisconsin products from Klinger Farm Market helps support farmers and contributes to the economic strength of Wisconsin communities.
Thank you, Julia. What a great group of top candidates. And now we come to the final criteria in our selection process. Throughout the year, the Planning Committee hosted Abigail across the county, showcasing the impact agriculture has on Walworth County. She enjoyed everything from grilling steaks at the annual beef cookout, a beautiful night at the Walworth County Fair, and a delicious meal at Pierce's Farm Stand for the farm-to-table dinner. A highlight from the fall was the corn maze at Pierce's Farm Stand, which included an Alice in Dairyland cutout in the farm stand, in the maze. Abigail also visited Countryside Trees for the ceremonial first Christmas tree cutting of the year. And though the day was freezing, the event was still a very large success. This spring, she visited the Elkhorn FFA chapter to kick off FFA week with a day of elementary school presentations at Culver's Share Night. As an agricultural advocate, Alice in Dairyland works every day to connect consumers to the origin of their food. The candidates were asked to select 3 companies from the Something Special from Wisconsin program and develop a television campaign. We have a short clip from the 3-minute television interview that candidates videotaped yesterday. The candidates were also asked to develop a 3-minute speech highlighting the diversity of products that we have in Wisconsin, as well as the diversity of markets that we supply across the state, region, and even internationally, and the various ways that Wisconsin commodities are well positioned to be successful competitors on a global stage. So we'll get started tonight welcoming Grace Schroeder back to the stage to give us a new take on America's Dairyland, Wisconsin dairy goats.
In front of us, I have 3 amazing companies whose products combine to an easy, delicious pancake breakfast. It's sure to brighten up your morning and impress any member of your family. First off, I have the Great American Pancake Company.
Yes, and I see chocolate chip right here.
Yes, they have 10 different kinds, and they even offer gluten-free.
Oh, nice.
And then I have Westby Cooperative Creamery and their smooth and fresh butter.
Oh, I love their butter.
Yeah, and not only do they have award-winning dairy products, but they're a cooperative, which means the farmers own the company.
I love that.
When I say Wisconsin is America's Dairyland, what animal comes to mind? Most likely our healthy and happy dairy cows. However, there is another animal you should think of, and this animal is the dairy goat. Wisconsin is now #1 in the country for overall dairy goat population and overall dairy goat fluid milk production. And today I'm here to tell you why and how we have emerged as a top competitor in this market. For background, dairy goats are mammals that provide milk for a variety of products. Males are called bucks, females are called does, and dairy goats under a year of age are called kids. Dairy goats require less land and machinery to prosper, and they eat a diet consisting of roughage, not trash, which is a common misconception. On the average day, a doe can produce 8 pounds of milk, and dairy goat milk is different from dairy cow milk. It is easier to digest, less processed, and easier for our bodies to absorb. Wisconsin dairy goat farms started popping up in the 1980s, and ever since then have grown because of the following effects. First off, it is easy to gain and raise herds with pre-existing equipment and the knowledge from our Wisconsin dairy farmers. It doesn't matter if it's Wisconsin cheese or other unique products, our farmers know how to make high-quality products for consumers around the world. Agricultural organizations also exist to highlight these markets. This allows dairy goat farms to start up with ease and find assistance. An example of this organization is the Wisconsin Dairy Goat Association. They promote growth and provide funding for the study of dairy goats. Lastly, our state has processing plants specifically for making goat milk into cheese, and that's different than other states. Of all the goat milk we produce in Wisconsin, 90% of it is made into cheese. With this, we are able to make a variety of products and, oh yes, okay. With all these assets, we are now home to over 82,000 dairy goats on over 1,000 farms. And since 2012, our dairy goat population has increased by 88%. Overall, Wisconsin is 17% of the nation's country dairy goat population, and this gives us a lot of opportunity to make a variety of dairy goat products. The most popular products that Wisconsin makes for dairy goats are milk, cheese, ice cream, and bath necessities such as soaps and lotions. You can find these products in your local specialty shop or your favorite restaurant worldwide. So next time you're out on the town, I encourage you to embrace our title as America's Dairyland. Or should I say America's Dairy Goat Land, and buy Wisconsin goat products. You'll feel proud that you're helping our Wisconsin farmers, supporting our dairy goat industry, and contributing to the $104.8 billion that our agriculture industry contributes to our economy each year.
Please welcome Stephanie Hoff to speak to us about Wisconsin's distinctly diverse agriculture.
Here I have in the middle here Wisconsin cranberries. These are honestly cranberries.
Oh, I love it.
A perfect snack for a day on the trails. They're packed with nutrients and antioxidants. And these ones are unsweetened. So the owner's slogan is to heart the tart, and she doesn't want any added sugar, oils, or juices in there. So they are tart. If you want to try one, your face might pucker up a little bit.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that, just straight up.
Yep, just straight. Really that Wisconsin cranberry flavor. As a top candidate for the 73rd Alice in Dairyland, I expected an adventure. I knew that I would get to learn all about Wisconsin's high-quality products, from its more familiar commodities like cheese to more unique crops that farmers produce for consumers around the world. And one of those unique crops is ginseng. Wisconsin ginseng was the beginning of my journey as an Alice candidate. Before this, I had no clue what ginseng even looked like, let alone try taking its professional photo. Now, not only can I tell you that Wisconsin ginseng is bittersweet and sought out for health benefits, but that it's also known globally as the gold standard. Ginseng has been grown here in Wisconsin for over 100 years, and while it may be a lesser-known commodity here in the States, our 185 dedicated growers are proudly capable of meeting the needs of the entire nation and overseas. Wisconsin's climate and soil have ideal conditions for growing high-quality American ginseng. And I should note that there are two types of ginseng, the American ginseng and the Asian ginseng. And they're thought to have a yin and yang effect. So the American ginseng has a cooling effect, while the Asian ginseng has a heating effect. And oftentimes they're taken together in balance. Wisconsin ginseng is known for its high ginsenoside levels, otherwise known as its active ingredient. Ginseng is used in traditional Chinese medicine, and it's also taken in Western cultures as a dietary supplement or botanical element. In a study done by Mayo Clinic, it was found that after taking 2 grams of Wisconsin ginseng every day for 2 months, cancer patients reported an increase in energy levels and overall less fatigue. But this temperamental plant requires a long stretch of attention and very specific growing conditions for a successful harvest. In fact, it goes on an adventure of its own. Ginseng cannot be grown in the same soil twice. It requires virgin soil. And Wisconsin ginseng replicates the way wild ginseng is grown in the forest. The farmer works to protect the plant from harsh winter conditions by layering straw over the beds, and protect it from strong summer light by placing shade structures over the ginseng. It takes about 4 years to bring ginseng root to harvest. But once the root is harvested, it is refrigerated for up to 20 days. After cooling, the roots are washed and placed in a ginseng dryer for about 2 weeks. After drying, the roots are sorted by diameter and length, and this gives buyers a chance to buy the exact type that they need. For example, the roots and prongs are cut off the ginseng root in the grading process and used as tea or ground into powder for capsules. I'm proud to say that this Alice in Dairyland Top Candidate experience has given me the pleasure of really enjoying the bittersweet and energizing Wisconsin ginseng as tea. Thank you.
Erica Helmer will share with us about a big impact from a small seed.
Purchasing products that are a part of the Something Special from Wisconsin program supports your local producers and processors. And not only this summer, but year-round, you can look for the red Something Special from Wisconsin sticker. This sticker represents the high-quality products grown right here in Wisconsin and provides a quick and reliable way to identify genuine Wisconsin products. The Something Special from Wisconsin program highlights businesses which guarantee that at least half of their ingredients, production, and processing happen right here in Wisconsin. Wisconsin processed vegetables provide a colorful, nutrient-packed addition to plates all around the globe. While Wisconsin may be known as America's Dairyland, our rich soil provides an environment in which a small seed can sprout a big impact. It is the quality and variety that allows our Wisconsin-grown vegetables to be successful on the big stage. Let's dig deep into Wisconsin soil to see how a small vegetable seed can have such a big impact. Some of Wisconsin's most abundant vegetables include snap beans, sweet corn, and carrots. Other varieties for processing and consumption include cabbage, beets, peas, and potatoes. Wisconsin's fertile soil and ideal climate has set us up for a #2 rank in the nation in processed vegetable production. Given that our fertile soil serves as a foundation in our agriculture industry, it is no surprise that Wisconsin ranks #1 in the nation in the production of snap beans for processing. In 2019, Wisconsin producers yielded 294,000 tons of green beans for processing. That's 38% of the nation's crop. Wisconsin also ranks #1 in beets for canning and cabbage for kraut. Our roots in vegetable production and processing continue to grow deeper and wider as Wisconsin vegetable producers diversify. We also rank #2 in the production of carrots and peas for processing. Furthermore, Wisconsin vegetable producers work hard to earn a #3 rank in the production of sweet corn, producing 411,000 tons for processing in 2019. Wisconsin also holds a strong #3 rank in the production of potatoes and cucumbers for pickles. According to a representative from Lakeside Foods in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, our cool nights make Wisconsin-grown vegetables stand above the rest. Using carrots as an example, these brightly colored root vegetables are harvested in late fall when the temperatures are considerably cooler. When the temperature gets cooler, the sugars in the carrot plant move from the tops of the plant to the root, which makes for a much sweeter carrot. Whether these nutritious, colorful vegetables are cold blasted for freezing, cooked for canning, or dried and bagged, Wisconsin vegetable processors prepare a final product that can be distributed across the globe. Vegetables that are processed here in Wisconsin add a valuable source of nutrients and a pop of color to dishes of every kind. Whether it be in your mom's famous green bean casserole right here in Wisconsin, a serving of corn at Long John Silver's in Kentucky, or a stew served in the heart of Korea. The small seeds planted right here in our Wisconsin soil have a big impact. You can be a part of that big impact by purchasing Wisconsin-grown and processed vegetables at your local grocer. Buying local supports and contributes to Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry. Make an addition to your plate and taste for yourself the distinct flavor of Wisconsin vegetables.
Next, welcome Julia Nunes back to speak on one of Wisconsin agriculture's strengths, Wisconsin cranberries.
What to go better with chocolates and a day of pampering? These wines
Nothing is better than that.
These wines are from Duck Creek Vineyard and Winery. And today I have their Creek White, Devil River Red, and Razin, which is a raspberry wine that got a bronze medal at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the state fair when they have all the different wines that you can try. Now, where could we visit Duck Creek Winery?
Yes, you could visit them. They're about 15 minutes from Green Bay, available for tours, and are always making something new. As a child, I associated cranberries with popcorn and Band-Aids. Each year after getting our Christmas tree, my sisters and I would use a needle and thread to string together cranberries and popcorn as a garland for the tree. Since then, my fingers are thankful that I've become a much better cranberry stringer, and I've also become a frequent consumer of dried cranberries. Even so, it wasn't until recently that I discovered how important cranberries are to Wisconsin's agricultural economy. Cranberries are Wisconsin's state fruit, and in 2018, the fruit harvested was valued at over $142.5 million. This tart berry is native to North America and got its name from European settlers who called them craneberries after noticing that the flower resembled the head of the sandhill crane. Today, Wisconsin is home to over 250 cranberry growers. Gabriella Ladon from 6M Cranberry Company in Wood County helps me to learn more about the small but mighty cranberry plant. She taught me that cranberries aren't grown in water, but the bogs are flooded at the time of harvest when the berries reach a deep red color. Gabriella also shared that some vines can grow to be 30 years old, and in the winter, farmers often freeze a layer of ice above the plants to help protect them from the harsh winter cold. Like many farms in Wisconsin, most cranberry bogs are family owned. Our state produces more than 60% of the nation's cranberries and has been the #1 producer amongst all 50 states for 24 years. Nearly 20% of all berries produced are consumed around holiday time, being used for cranberry sauce, to be strung around the Christmas tree, and more. Cranberries are unique. They can be stored and consumed in so many different forms. According to the Wisconsin Cranberry Growers Association, these berries are packed full of vitamins and antioxidants. This heart-healthy superfood is also fat-free, cholesterol-free, and can have antibacterial effects in the body. In this generation of wellness enthusiasts, the nutritional benefits of cranberries appeal to a global market. More than a third of the U.S. cranberry crop is exported to markets in Europe and Canada, while markets are growing in Mexico, China, and South Korea. From Wisconsin's award-winning cheeses to unique crops like ginseng, mink pelts, dry whey, cranberries, and many more, Wisconsin farmers are working hard to produce high-quality products that merit demand not just in-state, but around the world. Wisconsin's agricultural commodities may cross state lines, enter different countries, and even cross oceans to feed consumers. But one thing will always remain. Their journey started on a farm in the great agricultural state of Wisconsin. So the next time you're on the trail with friends, or around the table during the holidays. Keep in mind that Wisconsin cranberries are meant to be eaten all year round.
Avenue Orchard in Eau Claire, Wisconsin offers both pick your own and pre-picked apples. They attend farmers markets on the weekends during the summer where their strawberry rhubarb jam is a fan favorite.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes.
Over here?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And their apple cider would have been on display at the Wisconsin Apple Growers Association booth at the Wisconsin State Fair this year.
Well, it's warm today, so we can have a little bit of this.
Percent of Wisconsin's milk is made into 600 varieties of cheese that are famous all around the world, including cheddar, Gouda, and Limburger. Dairy means more to Wisconsin than citrus to Florida or potatoes to Idaho. Wisconsin Dairy supports 157,000 jobs and contributes $45.6 billion annually to Wisconsin's diverse agriculture industry. The 1,200 licensed cheese producers in Wisconsin pride themselves on quality. Wisconsin is the only state in the nation that requires a license to produce cheese. To uphold these high standards, the Wisconsin Master Cheesemaker Program was created 25 years ago. Through this program, experienced cheesemakers are equipped with knowledge and skills to become competitive at both national and international levels. This being the only program in the United States enhances the quality image of the nation's cheese-making state and the overall process of Wisconsin cheese making. Wisconsin is where cheesemakers become cheese masters. According to Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, the overall consumption of cheese worldwide is increasing. Cheese consumption continues to rise here in the United States, doubling since 1980 and more than tripling since 1970. From 2008 to 2018, U.S. cheese consumption increased every year, which is great for Wisconsin cheese makers. American cheese consumption is projected to continue to slowly increase in years to come, topping 40 pounds of cheese per person by 2028. Many European countries have significantly higher per capita cheese consumption than the U.S. Denmark leads the world in cheese consumption at more than 60 pounds of cheese per person. Projections suggest that cheese production and consumption will continue to increase in years to come. Buying Wisconsin dairy products on a local, state, national, and global level supports farmers and contributes to the economic strength of Wisconsin communities. We were making cheese before Wisconsin was even a state. The beginning of cheese making in Wisconsin stems back to the mid-1800s when settlers from Europe made Wisconsin their new home. The cheese-making process has changed within the past 200 years, but the quality standards that others hold to the proudly Wisconsin cheese label remain the same. If it's made in Wisconsin, it has to be good. That is why I challenge all of you to look for the proudly Wisconsin cheese label, to support Wisconsin dairy farmers and cheese makers, and to hold true to our heritage as America's Dairyland.
And Rachel Gerbitz will speak about Wisconsin's high-quality products that we produce for consumers around the world.
All of these awesome snacks are made locally right here in Wisconsin. These companies are all members of Something Special from Wisconsin, which means you can be guaranteed that at least half of the products, ingredients, and processing activities is done right here in our state.
I love that. Now, why is it important for people to buy local?
That's a great question. When you buy local, you are supporting your local economies. You're actually stimulating that money to go right back into your economy, and you're supporting local farmers. And those farmers have families just like your own. Wisconsin's agricultural diversity fuels the mink industry. The mink industry alone contributes $40 million to Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry. Wisconsin mink ranchers produced 1 million pelts last year. That's over 1/3 of the nation's total. Wisconsin geography is ideal for raising these unique mammals. With our mild summers and cold winters, mink are able to grow high-quality, dense fur with over 24,000 hairs per square centimeter. For comparison, the density of the hair on your head is only 190 hairs per square centimeter. Many of Wisconsin mink farms are located south of Green Bay for ample access to food processing byproducts. These carnivorous creatures demand a high-protein diet. Mink nutritionists are specifically trained to formulate a diet based on what byproducts are available that day. Mink ranchers also work alongside veterinarians and are able to utilize modern technology to care for their animals safely and efficiently. Mink are natural recyclers and are an excellent example of sustainability. These composting critters keep food that is not fit for human consumption out of landfills by consuming byproducts of meat, cheese, fish, and egg production. The high-quality food created from Wisconsin products makes for the highest quality mink pelts. These sustainable animals save thousands of pounds of food from ending up in landfills every year. Not only do we enjoy the beautiful fur coats mink provide, but byproducts from the mink itself can be used as crab bait, pet food, or even in zoo diets. Mink coats are designed to last for generations. Once a coat has retired, unlike synthetic material, mink coats are biodegradable. Wisconsin mink is sought after across the globe in the fashion industry. Esteemed fashion designers in London, Milan, New York, and Moscow are looking for the dense, short guard hairs that give coats and hats their sleek look. Our mink has an international reputation for the highest quality. 95% of Wisconsin farms are family-owned, and mink ranches are no exception. Mink are among the world's best cared for livestock. Mink ranchers voluntarily adhere to strict animal welfare guidelines for housing, nutrition, and management, and were the first to develop certification through the Fur Commission Humane Care Farm Certification Program, putting mink farmers at the forefront of transparency and sustainability. The highest standard of care for Wisconsin mink is reflected in the highest quality product that our mink ranchers produce. From our award-winning cheeses to unique crops like cranberries, ginseng, dry whey, and mink pelts, Wisconsin farmers produce high-quality products for consumers around the world.
We want to apologize for an earlier error. Stephanie Hoff have a live mic, and so we're going to ask Stephanie to please come back and redo her presentation about Wisconsin's distinctly diverse agriculture.
Well, it's definitely worth giving this speech twice so that you all can hear about this important commodity to our state. As an Alice in Dairyland top candidate, I expected an adventure. I knew I would get to learn all about Wisconsin's high-quality products, from more familiar commodities like cheese to the more unique crops that Wisconsin farmers produce for consumers around the world. And one of those unique crops is ginseng. Wisconsin ginseng was the beginning of my journey as an Alice candidate. Before this, I had no clue what ginseng even looked like, let alone tried taking its professional photo. Now, not only can I tell you that Wisconsin ginseng is bittersweet and sought out for health benefits, but that it's also known globally as the gold standard. Ginseng has been grown in Wisconsin for more than 100 years, and while it may be a lesser known commodity here in the States, our 185 dedicated growers are proudly capable of meeting the needs of the entire nation and overseas. There are two types of ginseng, the American ginseng and the Asian ginseng, and they're thought to have a yin and yang effect. So the American ginseng has a cooling effect, while the Asian ginseng has a heating effect. And oftentimes they're taken together in balance. Wisconsin's climate and soil have ideal conditions for growing high-quality American ginseng. In fact, Wisconsin's ginseng is known for its high ginsenoside levels, otherwise known as the active ingredient. Ginseng is used in traditional Chinese medicine, and it's also used in Western cultures as a dietary supplement or a botanical element. In a study done by Mayo Clinic, it was found that after taking 2 grams of Wisconsin ginseng every day for 2 months, cancer patients reported an increase in energy levels and overall less fatigue. But this temperamental plant requires a long stretch of attention and very specific growing conditions for a successful harvest. In fact, Wisconsin ginseng goes on an adventure of its own. Ginseng cannot be grown in the same soil twice. It requires virgin soil. And Wisconsin ginseng replicates the way wild ginseng is grown in the forest. The farmer works to protect the ginseng from harsh winter conditions by layering straw over the beds, and from strong summer light by placing shade structures over the ginseng. It takes 4 years to bring ginseng root to harvest. But once the root is harvested, it's refrigerated for up to 20 days. After cooling, the roots are washed and placed in a ginseng dryer for about 2 weeks. Then after drying, the roots are sorted by diameter and length, and this gives buyers a chance to choose the exact type they need. The fibers and prongs are cut off the ginseng root in the grading process and used as tea or ground into powder for capsules. And I'm proud to say that this Alice experience has given me the pleasure of really enjoying the bittersweet and energizing Wisconsin ginseng as tea. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates, for a job well done. I'll take a deep breath now and try to relax. At this time, I'm going to release the selection panel to do their final task of the night to select the 73rd Alice in Dairyland. As you can tell, this is going to be a very difficult decision. While the selection committee is off tabulating their scores, we will welcome Dave Crow to the stage. Dave is the Director of Ag Resources and Promotion at the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
Shit, I lost my place. Good evening, everyone. This year we've made some important updates to the Alice program. Behind the scenes tonight with us is Debbie Jaguar-Vine, our interim Alice coordinator. Debbie added on this role to her already important role she plays supporting our county fairs, 7 state marketing orders, and the licensed ginseng program. Despite all this, she's been instrumental in creating 2 new updates that I would like to highlight. First, we're changing the cycle of the Alice in Dairyland program. While the Alice finals will continue to happen in mid-May every year, although delayed slightly this year, the new Alice will not begin her role until July of every year, rather than begin her term just on the cusp of the all-important June Dairy Month. Now, this new timeline allows the current, more seasoned Alice to end on a high note. We were not planning this to start until 2021. However, due to the current pandemic delaying our finals this year, Abigail graciously agreed to stay on longer, and we were able to start a year early. Another update we've made to the program benefits all our top candidates going through this rigorous selection process. Anyone who has applied for Alice in Dairyland can tell you it's the hardest job interview around. Regardless of whether a candidate is hired for the position, they learn many valuable skills that will serve them in a wide variety of future endeavors. To better reflect the high value of the ALICE selection process, this year DACAP initiated the Agricultural Marketing and Communications Certification Program. In addition to the already rigorous requirements to become ALICE in Dairyland, our staff hosted live online learning modules for the ALICE top candidates, each week for the 14 weeks leading up to the finals. These modules covered a wide variety of topics, working with media, writing articles and blogs, public speaking, etiquette and professionalism, appearing on TV and radio, media contact, marketing, and video production with social media. Guest speakers also included representatives from some of Wisconsin's key ag commodities, such as corn, ginseng, cheese, mink, cranberries, potatoes, and dairy goats. I'd like to take a moment to quickly thank our speakers that helped us with that. Tanya Dvorak, Wisconsin Association of Fairs, Rick Hummel and Grace Atherton from DACAP, as well as Abigail Martin, Kristen Olson, Cooperative Network, also a former ALICE, Tina Peterson and Vicki Janish from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, Jackie Fett, Ginseng Board of Wisconsin, Nicole Wagner, Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board, Sarah Adamson, VitaPlus Corporation, Heidi Randall, Wisconsin Potato Industry Board President and Awesome Potato, Christine Lindner, Awesome Potato, also a former ALICE, Ben Croplin from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, and lastly, Caitlin Riley at WIZM Radio, also a former ALICE. Thank you to our speakers. So tonight, each of our top candidates will receive our first ever ALICE in Dairyland Agricultural Marketing and Communications Certification from the state of Wisconsin. Candidates, we hope you gained something unique and valuable to list on your resumes and acquired a new level of knowledge so you can continue to advocate for Wisconsin agriculture, no matter what your future career path. And now Abigail will join me on stage to present the award to our 6 candidates. Congratulations to Rachel Gerbitz, Erica Helmer, Stephanie Hoff, Kaitlin Konder, Julia Nunes, and Grace Schroeder. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Bill. You're doing a great job. It's a nice suit you have on. Well, a while back, a few friends, with myself included, got together and said, hey, let's host ALICE in Dairyland. It'll be fun, they said. We said, yeah, for sure. Walworth County has never hosted ALICE in Dairyland in the history of ALICE in Dairyland. It'll be fun, they said. And you know what? It really has been fun. It has been very, very fun, and we were so excited when we received the award to host the 2020 ALICE Finals. We started out our fundraising by holding a farm-to-table event in 2019 in the fall at Pierce's Farm Stand. With the generous support of Pierce's Farm Stand and the many, many volunteers outside the committee, the event was a huge success. We had the worst weather all day. It rained all day. But we had the most fun, and the food was great. The company that we made that night with each other was the best. We had a few glitches that day, and I guess it was getting us ready for the bump in the road in March. This committee that I've worked with showed early on that it was able to roll with the punches as Mother Nature decided to turn the Christmas tree cutting into her own version of Frozen. The cold never bothered Alice anyway. Finally, this was not our vision of the 2020 finale. However, I am very proud of this event, and I hope you have all had a wonderful time in Walworth County. We, as a committee, along with the countless hours of help from Debbie Greger-Vine and Abigail, have done our best to make this evening as special as the Alice program is itself. I am so grateful for my committee and all of their hard work. I would like to read their names tonight, as many of them are not able to be here. Derek Papke and Barb Fisher, in charge of finance. Chris Welch, former Alice, 1987. Judy Sokolowski, finale. Kim Flickcroft, former Alice, 1990. And Amy Cruz, special events. Chris Clapper, Sarah Sakaris, Susan Smarlick, general arrangements and promotions. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank Lake Lawn Resort and Miss Sarah Sakaris from Delavan Chamber of Commerce. Here at Lake Lawn, we changed rooms, we changed meals, we changed the number of people, we changed just about everything we could. And every time they said, we'll make it work, won't be a problem, we're here for you, everything will turn out fine. And it has. I'd like to thank the staff and the cooks and everyone for the wonderful meal that we received for this weekend. There's one last very important final group that has stepped to the challenge of this unprecedented year, and that would be the Alice alumni. Miss Abigail Martin, you will soon be joining this regal group of women. Their hearts will forever love Alice, but this year they showed their support, dedication, and devotion in another way. They reached into their pocketbooks and donated funds, as well as in-kind items that created the gift baskets for the candidates, the MC, and the panelists. We on the committee are forever grateful for the Alice and Dairyland alumni. Rachel, Erica, Stephanie, Kaitlin, Julia, and Grace, you are all amazing. I have so enjoyed getting to know all of you. Good luck to all of you, and we are looking forward to working with the 73rd Alice in Dairyland.
About 2 years ago, Walworth County submitted an application to host the finals in beautiful Walworth County, with Susan Earle as their leader. Once selected, Susan worked to recruit dedicated volunteers from across the county. A committee was formed, and they've been working hard ever since, as you've heard from Susan tonight. The Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection would like to thank and recognize the chair of the committee, Susan Earle, for her dedication to this process, and to the steering committee for organizing this wonderful event. With many changes, adjustments, and collaboration with the department and lots of creativity, the many volunteers have made this event and all the events leading up to this one possible. Your hard work is greatly appreciated, and we can't wait to see you come back even bigger and better next year. And now, Abigail and Susan, if you could please come to the stage. Susan, please accept this plaque for Walworth County on behalf of the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection for opening your county to Alice and Dairyland, the top candidates, and the department as we celebrate another wonderful year for the Alice program. Again, congrats Walworth County on a job well done, and thank you to everyone on the committee and the sponsors for taking the time and effort to host the Alice in Dairyland Finals. Now I'd like to say a few words about the amazing work that the 72nd Alice in Dairyland Abigail Martin has done for us this year. If Debbie Jaguar-Vine and Abigail would please join me on the stage. Abigail has excelled at sharing the story of Wisconsin agriculture far and wide. Her outstanding video production and editing skills have allowed her to put a unique stamp on the Alice in Dairyland program, with campaigns featuring July National Ice Cream Month, a September Wisconsin Potatoes feature, a Holiday Something Special from Wisconsin campaign, and a unique and innovative campaign this spring featuring sustainability practices on Wisconsin farms. Abigail has a knack for piecing together a great video story on the fly, often on her iPhone before she even pulled out of the parking lot of the event. And when it wasn't possible to do in-person appearances in the past few months, she went above and beyond in adjusting to changing times by setting up a makeshift studio in her home to do live TV appearances. And with her family, she was instrumental in putting on a virtual live June Dairy Month breakfast that reached more than 40,000 viewers. Abigail was regarded warmly at venues across the state. For though she might have arrived as a stranger, she always left as a friend. Abigail, thank you for sharing your story with consumers across the state. And please accept this jewelry box and plaque as gifts from your coworkers at DACAP and a big token of appreciation for all your hard work. Thank you. The Alice in Dairyland program would also like to recognize some of the many supporters who help make Alice's year a successful one. Thank you to our program partners, the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, the Cattle Moraine Mink Breeders Association, the Midwest Jewelers Association, and the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board. Tonight, representatives are here from two of the partners, Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin and Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board. Would those representatives please make your way to the front of the stage? The Alice in Dairyland program partners support the program goals to educate consumers across the state about some of Wisconsin's most important ag products through marketing, educational campaigns, and special events. The support from these organizations is vital to keeping Alice in Dairyland programs successful. First, I would like to thank the Midwest Jewelers Association for this partnership, which provides Alice the tiara and the brooch. These pieces are fitted with stones indigenous to Wisconsin as a way of promoting Wisconsin's history and making Alice easily identifiable. The Midwest Jewelers Association generously gifts each outgoing Alice with an amethyst pendant to commemorate her year as Alice.
Hi, I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers in Madison, representing the Midwest Jewelers Association. We're proud to support Wisconsin and the Agriculture Department, Alice in Dairyland specifically, by donating a amethyst that is taken from the tiara of the crown that we donate every year. The pendant goes to the outgoing Alice. This year it's Abigail Martin, and we're proud to be able to present this to her. The tiara and the pin are donated by the Midwest Jewelers Association, and it has some beautiful gemstones that are actually can be native to the state of Wisconsin, and it is been crafted by one of our fine goldsmiths. So we congratulate Abigail on your excellent year. Thank you.
And now Susan will place the beautiful amethyst pendant on Abigail. Thank you again, Midwest Jewelers Association. Next, I'd like to thank the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board, who provides the Flex Fuel Ford Explorer for Alice's use all year. Even despite Colonel going on a short hiatus for the last few months in this unusual year, Colonel the Explorer and Abigail have traveled together more than 24,000 miles, which is almost the equivalent of a trip around the globe. All of that travel provides ample opportunity for Alice to promote Wisconsin's ethanol industry. Doug Rebout, a representative from the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board and Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, is here with us tonight. Doug, would you like to say a few words?
On behalf of the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board, I would like to congratulate the 72nd Alice, Abigail, on the great job that you did. And I would like to congratulate all the finalists for the 73rd. And I know whoever gets the job is going to do a great job at it. So again, from the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board, congratulations to everyone, and we're very happy to be a partner.
Thank you, Doug. For many years, the Kettle Moraine Mink Breeders Association has provided valuable support for the Alice program through a mink garment, which Alice uses during her year. This partnership provides Alice the opportunity to promote the fur industry in Wisconsin, and the fact that Wisconsin ranks #1 in the nation for the production of mink. Here's Valerie Zimble.
Hi, Alice Finals. It's Valerie Zimble here with Zimble Mink and KMMBA, the Kettle Moraine Mink Breeders Association. Although we cannot be here with you guys tonight, we are anxiously awaiting and watching from home to see who the next Alice is. So best of luck to all you wonderful ladies, and we look forward to meeting the new Alice, especially I do. Since it's a very male-dominated industry, it's always so nice to meet such well-spoken and well-rounded women who can represent Wisconsin's agriculture, as well as the mink industry here in Wisconsin. So we want to thank you guys for your partnership that we have had and the collaboration that we've had for many, many years. For us, it's wonderful to see Alice wearing the mink garment that we donate each year. To see her wearing it proudly, a natural, sustainable fabric, really, and seeing her wearing it proudly throughout her journey as Alice, and hopefully for the rest as years to come. Like, it was wonderful when I got to see all you beautiful Alices from years and years and years ago wearing your garment. That was such a wonderful experience. So hopefully next year I can see you all again, and best of luck, and thanks again for your support to the Wisconsin mink farmers. We appreciate you.
And now, with Susan's help, Abigail is donning her mink coat she can wear for a lifetime to commemorate her year as Alice. Thank you to the mink breeders. Finally, we'd like to recognize a key partner of the Alice in Dairyland program. Many of the achievements of the Alice in Dairyland program are due to the great support provided by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. The organization provided Abigail with training, tools, and opportunities to spread her messages about America's Dairyland to communities and classrooms. At this time, I'd like to ask Beth Schaefer to please say a few words. As you know, Beth is also a judge tonight, but she represents Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Thank you.
On behalf of the over 7,000 dairy farm families represented through the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, we are absolutely pleased and proud to partner with the Alice in Dairyland program. This year has been especially challenging on so many levels, but we are very pleased with the adaptability and the amazing attitude provided by the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, and the incredible work of Abigail Martin representing and sharing the dairy story of not just our Wisconsin family farmers, but the value of buying local to support our communities. We're very excited to soon meet the 73rd Alice in Dairyland, and we're looking forward to another amazing year of sharing the dairy story through all of the work of Alice in Dairyland's efforts.
Thank you very much, Beth. Thanks to everyone for their continued support. The Alice in Dairyland program is fortunate to have many partners in support of its mission to educate the public about the diversity and the strength of Wisconsin agriculture. And now, for a special message from an esteemed colleague of mine at the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
Good evening. I'm Randy Romanski, Secretary-Designee of the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. I hope you've been enjoying the 73rd Alice in Dairyland finale program. Clearly, we're living in unprecedented times. Everything looks different, and this year's Alice in Dairyland selection process is no exception. But we all know that agriculture is adaptable, and I'm glad to be able to join you virtually for this important celebration. Wisconsin's agriculture industry is diverse and produces an abundance of safe, nutritious, and high-quality products. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, Governor Tony Evers has recognized the essential nature of every part of the food supply chain, from the farmer to the processor to the grocer. As a marketing and communications professional with the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, Alice in Dairyland also plays a key role in sharing the importance of that supply chain. For more than 7 decades, Alice in Dairyland has shared our critical message with consumers everywhere. Our 72nd Alice, Abigail Martin, has found unique and different ways to share this message in the past few months, and it's created new audiences and increased exposure. In the face of rapidly changing circumstances, Abigail utilized technology to reach consumers in innovative ways, including remote media interviews and social media posts. 2 weeks ago, she was instrumental in conceptualizing a virtual June Dairy Month breakfast that streamed from her family's dairy farm in Rock County on her Alice Facebook page, reaching more than 43,000 viewers. She also created a virtual farm tour that was shared with 4th graders around the state and set up a makeshift TV studio in her own apartment. On top of all this, Abigail also became a licensed Wisconsin cheesemaker in her free time. I want to thank Abigail for her creativity, flexibility, and dedication to Wisconsin agriculture in the face of a difficult situation. I also want to thank her for agreeing to extend her time as Alice. We didn't expect to be able to have her on our team for more than a year, but we're extremely fortunate and grateful for that. Though she will be missed, we know Abigail will continue to be an outstanding advocate for our state's agriculture community. No matter which of this year's top candidates is selected as the 73rd Alice in Dairyland tonight, I am confident that she will continue this strong tradition and continue to find new and creative ways to share the story of Wisconsin agriculture. I extend my congratulations to the top candidates, and I wish you all the best as you complete the final step in the Alice in Dairyland selection process tonight. I hope you will value the connections you've made and the skills you've learned here for years to come. I'd also like to thank our partner organizations who make this program possible. We appreciate the partnership of Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board, the Kettle Moraine Mink Breeders Association, and the Midwest Jewelers Association. We also appreciate the Walworth County Alice in Dairyland Finals Committee for being our co-hosts this year. Our partnership included some unexpected adjustments, but we've appreciated your willingness to adapt and look forward to Walworth hosting the Alice Finals again next year. To the 6 top candidates and their families, and of course to Abigail's family, thanks for your cooperation and kind understanding as we adjusted this year's events to ensure a safe, healthy experience for everyone involved. This will certainly be one for the history books. Thank you all for your support of the Allison Dairyland program and of Wisconsin agriculture. Congratulations to all of our top candidates and to the 73rd Allison Dairyland, who is about to be named. We look forward to welcoming you to our team at the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
Since 1989, the Friend of Alice Award has recognized an individual or group who has been a strong supporter of Wisconsin agriculture. An awardee is someone who has shown particular support for the Alice in Dairyland program and the current Alice. While I am claiming this friend as my Friend of Alice, tonight's honoree has been a friend to many Alices before me. This individual has an infectious passion for Wisconsin agriculture, especially our state fruit. She always seems to have a cranberry fact top of mind and certainly knows how to snap that once-in-a-lifetime Alice in Dairyland cranberry bog photo. Tonight, I am honored to present the Friend of Alice Award to Naji Van Wyken. Naji is a longtime Alice in Dairyland program supporter. For many years, Naji has invited the current Alice in Dairyland out to her family's cranberry bog for a private tour. Naji and her husband, Jim, along with their son and son-in-law, own and operate Weatherby Cranberry Company in the heart of cranberry country. Located in Warrens, Wisconsin, their company began packing fresh cranberries back in 1905. Throughout my tour of the Weatherby Cranberry Company, I don't think the smile left Naji's face once. Her passion for Wisconsin's cranberry industry truly shined through as we made stops throughout the cranberry bog. As it came time for a photo op in the bog, she made sure that I knew how to safely walk into the bog without falling into the bog. Naji has also dedicated her time to serve on the Alice in Dairyland Selection Committee numerous times, not only leaving a lasting impact on the women she helped select for the position, but all of the top candidates who were lucky enough to learn from her. Naji Van Wyken is a true friend to the Alice in Dairyland program, to cranberry growers throughout the state, and all members of the Wisconsin community. Thank you, Naji, for sharing your cranberry knowledge with myself, former Alices, and I'm sure many Alices to come. Congratulations to Naji Van Wyken. Naji is not able to be here with us tonight, so I will accept this award on her behalf and look forward to delivering it soon.
Thank you, Abigail. And now we've reached a point that we've been waiting for the evening, and that is to hear the farewell address from our Alice in Dairyland, Abigail Martin.
May 11th, 2019 will forever hold a special place in my heart. That night, in an auditorium filled with members of Wisconsin's agriculture community, I heard my name called to serve as our state's next agriculture ambassador. From instant interview questions I could barely manage to answer, to hugs and embraces from former Alices, friends, and family members, I was quickly immersed into life as Wisconsin's 72nd Alice in Dairyland. The days that would follow were filled with Google Maps searches, lunch at Culver's, fuel from Quick Trip, and the adventure of a lifetime. Fast forward, June 3rd. My first day on the job, I was filled with emotions. Excited for the journey ahead, nervous about filling Kaitlin's big shoes, and overwhelmed about all of the Wisconsin agriculture commodities I had yet to learn about. As it turns out, the month of June flew by. My days were filled with National Dairy Month celebrations, the perfect way to start, and as it just so happens, end my year as Alice. Growing up on my family's dairy farm not only ignited my passion for Wisconsin agriculture, but guided me throughout my year. Also guiding me through all things Wisconsin dairy was the team at Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. Thank you to this longtime program partner for your continued support throughout my year. Fast forward, July 11th, a trip to the Kewaunee County Fair kick-started my fair season. Other memorable fairs from throughout the summer include Florence County, where their fair attendance is greater than their county population, and the Calumet County Fair, where their fairist Rachel and I found ourselves part of a proposal during the Dairy Goat Show. This summer, I witnessed firsthand how fairs bring communities together and often expose many fairgoers to agriculture for the first time. Fast forward, August 1st, day one of the best 11 days of summer, the Wisconsin State Fair. Those 12-plus hour days were filled with the best Wisconsin foods on a stick, members of the agriculture community that wanted to come to the fair, fairgoers that were excited to showcase their state's passions, and youth members that were excited to showcase their state's projects. Throughout the summer, I had the opportunity to have a partner in all of my fair promotions. A special shout out to Megan Beekle, the 2019 Wisconsin State Fairest of the Fairs, whose smile and enthusiasm brought energy to our long days, and whose sense of adventure made for some pretty great photos at Spin City. Fast forward, September 4th, a trip to Awesome Farms and Produce kicked off my farm tour season with a bang. Throughout the months of September and October, I had the opportunity to see behind the scenes of our state's food, fuel, and fiber production here in Wisconsin. I had the opportunity to visit a carrot field, a cranberry bog, a pumpkin patch, see inside a lambing facility, and head to a ginseng farm. All of these tours offered opportunities to connect one-on-one with producers, easily a favorite part of my job. As I drove throughout the state, I was fueled by Wisconsin's corn growers. I traveled around in style in my E85 Ford Explorer, nicknamed Colonel, as a nod to the corn cob image on the outside and the corn-based ethanol that fueled the inside. Thank you to the Wisconsin Corn Promotion Board for your continued partnership with the Alice in Dairyland program. Fast forward, November 11th. This date marked the beginning of my year's largest media campaign. Every year, Alice in Dairyland has the opportunity to promote all things Wisconsin, thanks to a partnership with the Something Special from Wisconsin program. This media campaign allowed me to travel throughout the state, meeting media personalities in Milwaukee to Eau Claire and from Richland Center to Green Bay. Throughout my media travels, I only one time left all of the displayed cheese back in the hotel fridge, and only one time let the cooler of ice melt all over the studio floor. Thank you to all of the media personalities who welcomed me into their studio this year. It is because of our partnership that Alice in Dairyland is able to shine a statewide spotlight on Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry. Fast forward into the new year, January 1st, 2020. While this winter did not prove to be particularly cold, I was thankful for my real Wisconsin mink fur coat to keep me warm. For over 50 years, the Kettle Moraine Mink Breeders Association has donated a mink coat to each Alice in Dairyland to showcase the beauty of our state's mink industry. I'm thankful for this continued partnership and grateful to the Hallbach Mink Ranch for donating the pelts for my coat. I'm also thankful for longtime program partner, the Midwest Jewelers Association, who both designed and donated the iconic Alice in Dairyland tiara. Fast forward, February 24th. This day marked the start of FFA Week. FFA Week offered countless opportunities to connect with students of all ages. Whether I was talking about the differences between fruits and vegetables with kindergartners, or about what foods are grown in the state of Wisconsin with fourth graders, or even potential career pathways in agriculture with high school students. They always put a smile on my face. One of the favorite questions I was asked in my year as Alice by an elementary school age student was as follows. Do the dairy farmers get together with the cocoa farmers to make chocolate milk? Such a profound question for a young mind, with an answer in simple terms that is, yeah, it kind of works like that. Fast forward, March 18th. When this date arrived, I entered into a new Alice in Dairyland territory entitled Alice from Home. Similar to many of you, I had to adjust to working, eating, sleeping, and just being home 24/7. My apartment quickly turned into a radio booth, a TV studio, a social media headquarters, all at once. Transitioning from life on the road to life at the kitchen table was no small task, but the importance of sharing Wisconsin agriculture's story was greater than ever. Fast forward, today, June 20th. When this date arrives, it means that my journey is coming to an end and a new one is just beginning. As I reflect and look back on my year in the life of Alice in Dairyland, I know I have many people to thank. Thank you to my colleagues at the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, who have dedicated their lives to the success of our state's agriculture industry. Your knowledge and wisdom guided me from beginning to end. Thank you to my hosts throughout the year, the Walworth County Alice in Dairyland Committee. Walworth County became like a second home to me, and I'm thankful to have such a dedicated committee host me throughout the year. And finally, my most important thank you to my friends and family who journeyed this road with me. Mom, Dad, Evan, Austin, and Kelvin, my people. Whether you listened intently in the audience to a presentation or stood behind the camera to snap that perfect shot, or traveled on the road with me wherever I was going, increased my social content's visibility with a like or a share, or were looking out for me from up above, you have been with me every step of the way. Days of the year may come and go, but even as they do, one thing remains true. My deep love for the state of Wisconsin and for our agriculture community. Thank you, Wisconsin, for one incredible year. It has truly been my honor to serve as your 72nd Alice in Dairyland. Oh, God. You guys.
Thank you, Abigail. We are really fortunate to have had Abigail in this position this year, someone who's been able to roll with the punches and make the best of what we've been dealt with. I'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight's Alice in Dairyland final. Many months of work and dedication culminates this evening as we prepare to announce the 73rd Alice in Dairyland. We were very fortunate to have Walworth County to be a co-sponsor with the department for this event. It will also allow Walworth County to get a second chance to host the Alice Finals, as the 74th Alice in Dairyland Final will be back here in Walworth County next year. In an effort to make the planning, the celebrations for the next 3 years run more smoothly, we want to remind you about the 75th and the 76th host counties tonight. The 75th host is Dane County. The 76th host county is Dunn County. We'll have to wait to learn more about these events in the coming years. And now, the event that we've all been waiting for. Will Abigail and the top candidates please join us on stage? Do you have the results? The envelope, please. Thank you. We want to thank all of the candidates for their hard work and recognize the extensive talent and energy that's on this stage. Each of you has a lot to offer Wisconsin agriculture, and I applaud all of your efforts as ambassadors for agriculture. The 73rd Alice in Dairyland is Julia Nunes. Okay, do we have a mic?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so incredible. I am beyond thankful to be chosen as the 73rd Alice in Dairyland. There's so many people that I want to thank. First of all, thank you to Walworth County for hosting us. It has been so good getting to know each of you, and thank you for always being there to snap the perfect picture. Oh my gosh, I'm such a mess. Thank you to my family, my parents and my sisters. Thank you to Kendall. Thank you to close friends for listening to my speeches and reading my blog posts and for last minute advice. It has been truly an honor to be a top candidate with all of these amazing women. I wish each of you the best, and I know that you will do incredible things. I don't know what else to say, but thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so beyond blessed to serve as the 73rd Alice in Dairyland. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight as the 73rd Alice in Dairyland final. Thank you, candidates, the Walworth County Finals Committee, and Abigail, Morgan, Rick, Jane, and Debbie from the DATCAP for your hard work and dedication in making this possible. Good night, everyone.
This has been a 72nd Alice in Dairyland production.